My little manicottis. We're gonna rewind because I'm making drinks for people's charts, but you don't know shit about astrology, do you? You don't know shit. So today we're gonna keep it simple. Kenneth Hahn, favorite place to be. The flowers are blooming, the birds are chirping. And it's a good time to be outside, to be one with the world around us. Even if you don't know anything about astrology, I'm sure somebody has said, you're a Taurus. You were born on this day, you're a Sag. You were born on this day, you were a Cap. But what does that actually mean? The sun is not a planet. Let's get that straight. The sun and moon are luminaries. They're bodies that give off light. And when we're looking at our sun sign, it's really just the self, our ego in a way. You hear a lot about the basic traits. Cancers are crybabies. Capricorns work too hard. And to some degree, that could be true. I'm a Cancer sun, and we are crybabies. That's not a lie. I cried maybe 2 hours ago. For what? Who knows? The sun shines bright. It really is just a really authentic display of who we are as people in the most basic of terms. Because of course, when you combine it with everything else, you're gonna get a lot of different aspects, a lot of different traits that just make the whole thing more complicated. But at the end of the day, you can go back to that sun sign and say, this might be who I am. And then we move on to our...
Am I walking too fast?
No, not at all.
Gay pace isn't little and done.
Yeah, I have the bisexual walk, so it's a 50-50 chance. Wow. And then we move on to our moon sign. Libra moonstone is a Libra moon. Our moon really shows our emotions, our instincts, the way that we express how we feel. You know when something feels right. You know when something feels wrong. You know what that gut feeling is telling you. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm having...
You take your time, I'm gonna after this.
Think about the ways that you feel safe. Think about what makes you, or who makes you feel secure, that knows what you want, knows how you feel, and knows what it wants to express. Air moons, like myself, a Libra moon, we want to make sense of our emotions, which means we might not allow ourselves to even experience or feel it fully before we can even understand what's happening. The moon is really there to illuminate. It really shines light on our deepest and most honest emotions. Whether or not you want to come to terms with them, they're there. Oh, they do smell good. I love Taurus season. Stay with me. I know you're still here with me. A rising sign. The rising sign, or the ascendant, also isn't a planet. It's actually a point in your chart. When you look at your chart, when it's a circle, you have all the degrees, all the houses set up in specific ways. The point marks the sign that was on the eastern horizon when you were born. Okay. I wouldn't say that your rising sign is like a mask. I've never really cared for that description. That makes it seem like it's an inauthentic expression of ourselves. And I don't think that's true. When you're looking at your rising sign or looking at the rising sign of someone else, you are just seeing the depth of them. None of us are one-sided characters, right? And no chart is gonna be one-sided. Okay, you know what? You meet someone, you think they're a little quiet, a little shy. They might have a Cancer sun in the 12th house. They may be a little bit more meek. They may be a little bit more reserved. And then you get to know them. They're big, they're bold, they are excited for life. They want to do the most and experience the most. You find out that they're a Leo rising.
What are you?
I'm an Aquarius rising. She's different.
That's the thing you're hiding?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's true, though. I guess I didn't really know you being like different until I started working here.
Yeah, exactly. Your rising sign is kind of what you allow people to see when you open the door a little wider to your house, right? It's really the beginning of the unraveling of your chart. Woo, Lord Jesus, we are doing great. I thought I was gonna trip. You're doing great. That's the first, you're walking backwards. I would have broken 6 bones. I wouldn't say the rising sign is a mask because that just implies that that's not who you are. And if anything, your rising sign is who you are at your most authentic. So you want to get started. What are my sun, moon, and rising? You need to know the date that you were born, what time you were born, and where you were born. If you're going to put it into any standard program, I definitely recommend astro.com. It's going to give you a really accurate depiction of what your chart looks like. And let me tell you, it's going to be overwhelming. You're going to see this big chart with all of these different lines, crazy symbols, degrees, asteroids. Don't worry about that right now. Focus on the big three. It's all about the baby steps. When I'm making drinks for my loved ones, I really take into account what's going on in their chart, what makes them who they are when I'm looking at their chart as a whole. And that's what I really love about astro mixology and just food astrology in general. Everything always goes back to the stars. Maybe go out and get some sun. But before you do that, like, subscribe, love, tell your friends. Look at your chart. I hope your flowers bloom.